What up, everybody? Welcome to the Smoking Tire Podcast. You know who's back in the game? AutoTempest.com. They're sponsoring this episode. We love AutoTempest. We've been talking about them for years. It's the one-stop shop for busy people looking to buy their next used car. And why do I say it's specifically for busy people? Because it saves double work. I'm a busy person, and I don't mind work. I work really hard, and it's great because I love what I do. But I hate doing it twice. I hate doing any work twice. When it comes to looking for a car, there's so many different sites. You have to input the same information over and over. It's not just double work. It's triple, quadruple work. AutoTempest brings it all together to one place, saving you a ton of time. We're talking about nationwide listings from Cars.com, Car Soup, Cars Direct, TrueCar, eBay Motors, comparing you with results from all of Craigslist, not just locally, nationally. But that's not all. AutoTempest is continuously improving and adding new sources of listings, new search filters, and most recently, they added search alerts so you can sign up to get emails when new listings matching your search criteria show up. We are all busy people, or at least I hope we are, and searching for your dream car shouldn't feel like a chore. Save the headache, enjoy your new car sooner with AutoTempest.com. All of the cars in one search. Go to AutoTempest.com/TST so you know that we sent you. Doesn't cost you anything. It just makes us look cool. AutoTempest.com/TST when you're looking for any used car. AutoTempest.com/TST. We are also brought to you by Sennheiser, which is really cool because we have been using Sennheiser products to get audio for like literally decades, and now they are getting in the earbuds game. This is so sick. They sent me these earbuds, and I have had a couple of problems with earbuds in the past, right? Fit is the biggest one. A lot of earbuds, especially the ones from the company that makes my phone, they just fall out of my ears, whether they're wired or wireless. They just fall out. I have those big ears, I guess. The Sennheisers, boom, I just put them right in and they fit perfectly, shake my head around, they don't fall out. It's great for when I'm cycling. It's really great for when I'm driving my old Italian cars with crappy stereos. Then also, of course, we're talking about sound quality. The Sennheisers just blew me away. The stuff that you can buy from people that make your phones, it's okay, don't get me wrong, but literally Sennheiser does pro-grade audio. That's probably why you've probably never heard of them unless you're in production, in which case you've only heard of Sennheiser. They are the product the company that's been making our microphones for years and years and years. These earbuds are super sick, and while other companies have focused on phones, tablets, Sennheiser puts sound first, right? These new Momentum True Wireless 2 earbuds, they deliver a fabulous listening experience, and they've been finely crafted for even the most discerning listener. There's up to a 28-hour battery life. They can last all day and then some. And CNET called the Momentum True Wireless 2's clearly superior sound quality to the AirPods Pro and the earbuds to get if you value sound quality over everything else. So they're talking about sound quality in an objective setting. I'm saying they sound great and they actually fit right. You know what I mean? They feel really high quality, they look really high quality, they pair to your phone super fast, and why should you settle for anything less? Come hear the difference with Sennheiser. Right now, my first 100 listeners that go to Sennheiser.com/podcast, right? Sennheiser.com/podcast. Use promo code TIRE, TIRE, and you'll get 15% off the Momentum True Wireless 2 earbuds or any of their amazing headphones. That's right. The discount code TIRE at Sennheiser.com/podcast will get you 15% off site-wide at Sennheiser, or any of their headphones anyway. That's awesome. SENNHEISER. I realize it's a complicated German name, but SENNHEISER.com/podcast, promo code TIRE, the earbuds or any Sennheiser headphones, 15% off. That's a sweet deal. These things aren't cheap. 15% off is a lot of money, but you're getting a very high quality product that is built to last. And we are also brought to you by Keeper Security, which is the leading cybersecurity platform for protecting individuals, families, and businesses against password-related cyber attacks, aka hacks. The fact is, we have too many passwords. If you're using a weak password over multiple accounts or cycling 1 to 3 weak passwords, you are setting yourself up for a real problem. And if you're wasting time in that password reset loop, that the loop is where you create the password and then you don't log in for a while, so you forget it, and then you just have to reset it again, and you can't reuse your old ones because security, and you have to keep making up new creative ones, and then it just goes on and on until the end of time. Like, you are doing it wrong, right? If you're worried about your finances, the cost of a yearly Keeper subscription is nothing compared to the cost of a data breach, whether that's your time, your money, maybe you're not insured up properly, and when you get hacked, you have to be worried about stopping payments, getting refunds, changing your auto pay bills, maybe even your credit. And when you get a new device, it takes forever to log into all those apps and accounts again. But with Keeper, you can create strong, unique passwords for every account where you log in, like you know you should, but then keep them stored safely in your own encrypted vault, and all you have to do is remember one master password, which also works with Face or Fingerprint ID, and then access all your strong passwords without having to actually remember them all. We get fed so much information every day. How could you possibly be expected to remember letter C24Z exclamation point pound sign? You can't remember these strong passwords, right? But Keeper can, and you can remember your own face or your own fingerprint. You're golden. With perks of an unlimited subscription, you can sync to multiple devices. Anywhere you can log into Keeper, you can get them. And there's secure file storage available to store things besides passwords, including passports, insurance documents, or hotel information when you're traveling abroad. And Breach Watch scans the dark web in real time to see if any of your passwords are already circling the dark web and have been breached, and alerts you to change them. That's cool. You're not watching the dark web, are you? I don't even know how to get to the dark web. Oh man, this is awesome. We can't cancel passwords, but with Keeper, we can make them manageable. So listeners of the Smoking Tire Podcast are going to get 30% off Keeper Unlimited and Family Plans. So use code SMOKINGTIRE30 at checkout, or visit keeper.io/smokingtire. That's keeper.io/smokingtire to learn more. And last but not least, we are brought to you by Tradecraft Farms, the most delicious, scrumptious, delightfully fragrant cannabis products available legally in the state of California. If you are local or you are coming to Los Angeles, please check out a Tradecraft Farms retail location, like their gorgeous Port Hueneme grow/retail. It's a good place to drive a sports car, honestly. It's a nice drive up PCH there. It's a good destination to plug into your GPS, something cool when you get there, you know what I mean? If you're not in the civilized world where you can purchase such products legally, go to Tradecraft Farms on Instagram at Tradecraft Farms. Just give them a follow. Why? Good macro photography, honestly. That's a good reason. Also to keep up with all the delicious things they're doing, all the new science. Joints wrapped in rose petals. You ever seen that before? It's crazy. Tradecraft Farms is a proud annual sponsor of the Smoking Tire Podcast. All right, folks. Derek DeAngelis, the host of Fastlane Daily, the longest continually running YouTube series in the history of YouTube, is in studio. He's in town talking about his new sitcom project, which actually seems very promising. We're stoked about that. We talk about some of the old days at FLD, Garage 419, because Derek and I go back to 2007 YouTubing, 14 years ago almost. And it is great to see this dude. He's a funny guy. We cover a lot of ground in this show, and we hope to have him back every time he is in town. Derek DeAngelis on the Smoking Tire Podcast. I was in Philly, 2000 to 2004. So it was G Love, but it was also like Mos Def and like first Kanye album and like Freeway. Remember Freeway?
Love
and
Freeway.
all those guys? Yeah.
Free beard sticking out.
Yeah. Philly had it fucking popping
Oh,
off.
that's,
for a
yeah, that's
minute.
right. Freeway was a Philly guy.
Yeah.
That's
and then
right.
later Gaslight Anthem, which I really like. They're sort of like a. They're
Gaslight
child.
Anthem.
They're awesome.
Funny story about that. My brother has a gym in Belmar, and next door is this place called the Handsome Devil. The Handsome barber shop, like your like dudes, tattoos.
I can picture it
the
right
illest
now.
fade. You know
It's a good
exactly.
name. It's a good, really good name
You know
for a barber
exactly
shop,
what
yeah.
it looks like. One of the guys that cuts hair is the drummer for
Really?
Yeah.
He's a fucking barber now?
You should see the cars parked out of there. Yeah, well, no, he's a COVID.
Oh,
He's like, I'm just gonna go cut hair.
That's
But he has
awesome.
these
Wow.
sick old school rides parked outside all the
Really?
time. Yeah.
Oh, I might have
it's
to
like
make
the drummer
a
of fucking
pilgrimage to that.
Gaslight Anthem. Yeah.
That's a really good band that does not get enough love. Christian, we're going to do some music at noon. If you're with us, it's the Session IG Live. He's all about them too. And Brian Fallon, the singer. This is an unfortunate tragedy of music. He got sober, and they kind of stopped being good. It's not the way you want to view it, but
It's like not rock and roll. Like if you're,
kinda,
rock and roll is like living in the fast lane and
a little
fucking,
bit. But their first two albums are sick.
Yeah, they were really good. My brother, I think, has seen them a bunch of times, but he was like the drummer of Gaslight was next door. He cuts hair.
Crazy.
I think he cut my nephew's hair.
Really?
Yeah.
I might have to go there just for the fucking story.
Yeah.
That would be, yeah.
And there'll
Hey,
probably
can
be
I
some
get
cool-ass cars
I
parked
might
out
just
front.
not shave for a couple weeks just to have them do it up.
Hit you up with a tight fade.
Yeah. That's in Belmar? The Handsome Devil?
Belmar, yeah, I live in Belmar.
right.
Yeah, that's where I live, and I'm right near Asbury Park too.
What's it like down there right now?
It's a lot more open now. Like we weren't like here. You could go for the longest time. It's so fucking dumb. You go in a restaurant with a mask on. Mask on as you're standing up. Sit down. You can take it off and eat.
Because air doesn't move.
Air doesn't move.
Yeah.
Not when
And
you're
they-
eating.
No.
The food blocks it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they also, what they did, but a lot of restaurants had a workaround. So you have your bar, right? You couldn't serve from behind. You couldn't serve alcohol from behind the bar. They didn't want bartenders serving alcohol. So they had these like makeshift plexiglass things that, let's be honest, they don't do anything. But you can move to how big your party is. So people are sitting all around the bar. It's basically just a big table, and they serve you from the other side of the bar to get to work around. And honestly, there was no uptick in anything. It was all fine. But like you got up to go to the bathroom. Well, get your mask on. But whatever, it is what it is. Didn't complain, just did it. But we were still able to go to restaurants and stuff. But now it's open.
Is the shore the shore?
It's open. Yeah, it sure is. And like a lot of
Jersey shored up right now.
Well, the Guidos are coming down
Are they?
from up north to go to DJs.
Man, what
and
is
stuff.
a Guido
Is
in
Belmar the
2021
Jersey
look like?
Shore?
I haven't seen a Guido in a long time.
That's more seaside is where the Jersey Shore was. Belmar, like there's two parts of Belmar. There's where the Bennies come down. Benny's a tourist. When the Bennies come down and the locals.
Benny is a tourist?
Yeah, it stands for Brooklyn, Elizabeth, Newark, and New York.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Great.
Yeah, it's people from. Yeah. And they come down and they get shore shares. Like there's a house and there's 20 people in it.
Yeah.
All paying a certain amount. And
I love that. That's classic Jersey Shore.
That's classic. But there's like the locals that like me and all my buddies were all lifeguards. Like yeah, I'm an Italian from Jersey, but I grew up at the beach in Jersey. So, but yeah, you should have seen DJs is like the place in Belmar. It was like the Mecca. And honestly, a lot of Guidos go there. Yeah, like a lot of Guidos go there.
pray to
They sell more Red Bull vodkas there.
Oh yeah.
There's a giant spire of hair gel that we
Jaeger
pray
bombs.
Is
to.
the
Jaeger
Jaeger bomb
bombs.
still happening?
I think they still do that.
Really?
Yeah. But like,
Wow.
here's the cool thing about DJs. I like to go there for a Friday happy hour. You go in there, they got a free buffet. But the cool thing about it, dude, is that you go walk into DJs, like, okay, there's a couple Guidos over there. There's straight up surfers, like long hair down to here. There's old people over there. And it's not that big of a place, but it just attracts everything. And once you get in there, it's kind of like
that.
infectious.
I like that. I like when you see like really different. Venice Beach, where I live, is like that. I mean, there's literally like .com or like app developer, right? Like there's McLaren parked outside, and then there's like a literal bum at the bar, like next to them. And you're like, I'm definitely in Venice right now.
Yeah.
And then there's like you see some huge chrome Harley outside, and you think you can picture what the dude riding it looks like.
Yeah.
Sort of picture me. But maybe even grayer and fatter.
Yeah.
And then it's like a little skinny black dude, and you're like, what
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hey, you didn't look like I expected you to look. What the fuck?
Yeah, you get all walks of life.
Yeah,
and like,
it's awesome.
if I haven't gone this season yet, but usually it's just I'll go for Friday happy hour, but you gotta get out of there by like 9:30. But if you're that drunk, you get sucked in and you're in and you're like in. And there's this song they play at DJs, The Calling. Is it The Calling? It's like,
is it literally the mating call for the Guidos? It's called,
dude.
It's like gotta be real on the nose joke.
I don't know.
It's called Guidos Come Out Tonight. It's what it's called.
No, you know this song, and I don't know if it was Tiesto who did it. I don't know who did it, but like they told him a few years ago that this song is the song at DJ, and like it goes on, the place goes nuts.
That's so
napkins
funny.
everywhere, like that's the song, and people
God.
are banging the wall,
They
like
turn the tables over.
Yeah.
That's a good time.
I don't know but it's that song that goes. Yeah, banging the bar like bang, 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 or the wall. Yes, that's the song, dude, and they go nuts. You have to experience it. Like you could probably Google The Calling in
100%.
DJs.
I know. I can picture it. I'm there right now.
It is nuts, and like it's a different world.
I went to a place in not quite the Hamptons. I have a friend who's like a Greek Guido. Shout out to Boombots. He's a Greek Guido.
His name Vinny Boombots?
His name is Chris. I don't want to say his last name, but Chris. And he went to college with me. And he's a Greek Guido, and he's had every M car. All of them. All the way down.
Nice.
He's had all of them. And so he took me to this place in Quogue. You ever been to Quogue?
What's Quogue?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that a country? I don't know.
It's like not quite the Hamptons.
Oh, okay.
It's like almost all the way to the Hamptons, and it's still pretty nice. But it's like where the Guidos stop because they've been blocked at the gates of pure whiteness, right? And so we went to this place. Yeah, Quogue. Yeah, Quogue, and it's right by.
Oh wow!
Right
I've
by
never
the
heard of
Hamptons.
Quogue.
Yeah. And there was a beach club there, like a day beach club. You know, it was like proper middle of the day Jaeger bombs, right?
Oh, that'll get you.
And it was just they only served Jaeger bombs and fucking Red Bull. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And the number of like juiced up meatheads
You see these
that were so like into it that they were like grinding with each other. Like they almost forgot that they should have been like grinding. I mean, they might have been gay, but it seemed like they were really meatheading it fucking up.
It's so funny you say that because I used to do stand up about the Guidos dance battling each other, and there's not a woman in sight.
Yeah.
There's a circle and two dudes just like.
It's just like lions in the jungle,
and they're
or
just
something.
like beefed up, and they look. And then now, like you'll see the jackedest dude with a White Claw or a seltzer. Which I like White Claws. I'll drink some seltzers, but like it's just so different now. But it's hilarious. But the Guidos.
I think I need to revisit what the Guido is in 2021.
From North Jersey and New York, they come down all the time, and then there's other places in Belmar like Bar A, which is a huge bar outside. You get all walks there, and that's a fun place too. But DJs is. You got to go to DJs just to experience that whole scenario.
God damn, the Jersey Shore is so fun. It's really self-aware, which I like.
And we don't call it like locals, we just say the beach because Jersey Shore is affiliated. I was in Germany and someone was like, Jersey, like, no, I don't, I'm not.
Do you know Pauly D?
Situation ruined it for you.
Yeah. One of my good buddies was one of the cameramen on that show, and he caught the punch. The
Really?
punch, yeah.
That's a good probably a good line at the bar. Hey, what do you do? Well, I caught the fucking punch on the Jersey Shore. What do you mean? He punched you? No, I was there.
The punch heard around the shore.
And not to go on it because I literally hate the show, and I mean, good for them, but what it's done for, it's like, but anyway, long story, me and my buddy Paul Costable, he's actually a host. He lives out here now, but me and him infiltrated the Jersey Shore. We dressed up like Guidos. I self-tanner on. This was years ago. We went, my buddy who works for them said, you didn't hear this from me because I can't say this. We're going to be at Bamboo tonight in Seaside at this time. We had this 20-year-old kid at the time. He was 20-year-old. This dude, Dean, our cameraman, act like he was Italian because he spoke a little Italian, and with a book bag on with his equipment in it. We went in there real early, like for dinner, and just sat around. We didn't break character the whole time, and so we're in there. And Dean, he just like a bouncer came up when he first took out the camera. He's like, "I take a photograph, and the photograph," and they're like, "All right, just no video or anything or something like that," because everyone's in there with their phones and stuff, and we're in there. Paul goes up to the JWoww and he goes, yeah, the situation's over there, but this is the scenario. And he had a fucking hairy belly. And I go over to, I'm like, yo, Sooks, what's up? Yo, you want to do a SoCo and Lime? Fucking SoCo. And my hair's all gelled out. I got this stupid shirt on. And this other Guido came up and was like, I got you. You bought me the shot, Snooki the shot, and Paul the shot.
Like not part of your people?
Not part of our people. Just saw I was talking to Snooki.
Like you accidentally, it's like going fishing and you're going for like a snapper and you come up with a fucking shark.
Yeah. But the crazy thing was, like, we got some footage and then they got hot on us. They were like, that's the dude from the internet or something, because I FLD was around then, but also I think I was in this really the Key of Awesome. Key of Awesome video for the Jersey Shore, and MTV re-aired that. So they recognized, and they were like, so they're not real.
Yeah.
So they kicked out Dean first because he was filming.
Yeah.
And it turns out he could have just filmed from the outside the whole time, like through a window.
Right next to the window.
Because we were mic'd up and everything.
Oh, you guys forgot about glass technology.
Yeah. There is some footage of it, but it was like, I wish it went better. But we infiltrated them, and it was hilarious.
That's funny.
Always have
Not
that
very
story.
hard to get right
That's
up
so
close,
good.
was it?
No, now it probably would be, but yeah, that was hilarious. Like the inside track, and we just had to Guido it up the whole. Even when we got kicked out, we're like, "What the deal, bro? Like, we're fucking just trying to have a good time. Like, we're
Good
just."
on you for keeping character.
And then finally, like, we're gonna fucking arrest you if you don't leave. And we dropped it like, "All right, man, sorry, we're some
Terribly
actors.
sorry, we're gonna go now. Very, very sorry.
We're just some actors that want to make fun of your show."
Their Where Are They Nows are fucking horrible though.
Yeah, but they still have a show. There's a new one coming out soon.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's like the Jersey Shore Vacation or something. Like,
Bro,
what?
if you're willing to just sell your shame,
Yeah.
which people are. Imagine, but like, not to sympathize too much with the cast of the Jersey Shore, but imagine
good for them. Like,
imagine
they
getting to that level, and then it's like, okay, show's over now, and you're like, I was just making 50 G's an ep, or 80 G's an ep.
Oh, at least that probably went even higher than
Maybe
that, for
more,
sure.
yeah, but or whatever it was, and now you got, okay, what are you going to do? Well, we'll put you in a cabin, and we'll give you $5,500 an app. And you go, ugh, well, it's that or I get a real job, so okay.
Yeah, but like they keep milking it. It just keeps working, and good for them. But the thing is, it just always bothers me. None of them are from. I can't believe this is like a Jersey Shore show. None of them are from the beach. None of them are from the beach. Like. But I guess if you took us, we'd have been like, yeah, we're going to go surfing. We're going to go wakeboarding.
You'd be like just normal locals.
Yeah, we'll still go out and party. We have a great time. We got some awesome stories, but like, what the... But good for them.
But
Whatever.
the people in the fucking real world and shit were not like locals from the city that they put them up in. They brought them in from all over.
And the one thing, like the cool thing about DJs, even though it's like it's hilarious but it is a great place. They like stand their ground. Like no one's shooting in here. Jersey Shore people not welcome in here with any cameras. No, like they make so much money at that place.
Good.
It was Memorial Day weekend. It was pouring rain just recently. All opened up, line wrapped, and this place isn't that big. Line wrapped around the block down. What are you waiting for? It's like they had trash bags on, right? For like the rain outside, just waiting to get in. You're not gonna get in.
They're waiting for the calling. The calling, man.
Dude,
it brings
if
people
I
in.
tell you what, if I'm in this fucking line out here, bro, they play it, I'm out here, I'm fucking throwing this fucking table right through that window, bro. I'm telling you.
You see that board 50 feet ahead? Dude, I'm gonna make her my fucking wife. 3 Jaeger bombs in, I'm proposing.
Bro, if Biff 10 was here right now, that would be it. I'll tell you what, that Lorraine bitch,
That's my mom's name.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Wow, Back to the Future must really have an interesting meaning for you, considering it's a movie about wanting to bang your mom named Lorraine.
Well, that wasn't really
Or your
where
mom
I
named
went
Lorraine
with it,
wanting to
but
bang
yeah.
you.
Derek was in
Bob
for the time
Gale, who
travel.
wrote that movie, I saw him, seen him speak a couple times, and he's definitely got a shtick that he repeats at this point.
Yeah.
This guy really, but like. Most people don't stop to think about that being an incest film, and it really is.
It is weird. I remember, like, maybe when I was real little, it didn't, but like, it's like that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, and kind of, but I just one of those movies that you don't turn it off if it's on.
Yeah, when you're literally like,
Oh, no.
time machine, it
Certainly
flies,
not.
all that stuff.
The best.
But this guy's really
Yeah.
writing a movie about incest.
And a lot of filmmakers have referred to it as the perfect script. Back to the Future 1 is actually like a perfect screenplay.
Yeah, it has to be, and I also think like even 2 and 3 are good.
2 and 3 are good. I
and
leave
3
2
are
and 3
good.
stay on for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
2 got some future right.
Holds up. Yeah,
It definitely got some future right. I open shit with my fingerprint all the fucking time now.
Yeah.
They don't get fired. I've never been fired by fax. That one didn't. That one was a little off. Off the accuracy.
Wow, that's always a classic. Never turn it
Anyway,
off.
What you doing in town, bro? It's good to see you after
well,
many years.
Rye, my girlfriend Ryan, she has never been out to California, so
Welcome,
brought her
Ryan.
out.
That's
Ryan.
the
He takes them
the
behind the
beautiful
scene
woman
pics and
sitting
stuff?
in the corner who people on the internet are going to be like, who's the girl in the corner? That's
So,
Ryan.
so we
She's
came
in the
out
corner.
and wanted to visit my cousin Mike and his wife live in Sherman Oaks. They just bought a house in Glendale,
It's a
though.
great time to be in the valley. It's 150 fucking degrees over there.
And he put the pool, he warmed up the pool to like 90 degrees because he hates, I'm like,
That
dude,
was not
we're in it
necessary.
yesterday. It was so warm. But anyway, came to visit them. I plan on hopefully for a drink meeting up with my agent out here. I don't even know if you heard the crazy story. My agent died.
Oh,
My agent passed away in March.
Sorry to hear that.
Of 8
Of
years.
COVID?
Yeah, it sucks. COVID complications. Sandy Gunner was my agent of Avanti Talent. And
what a fucking awesome name.
Great guy. Yeah, Sandy Gunner.
What a great name. R.I.P. Sandy.
Great guy, yeah. And I just spoke at his memorial 2 weeks ago in Central Park. But he passed away in March. Couldn't believe it. Like, what the hell? So I was like, I need a new agent now. And his sister was taking over, but she's trying to take over. She just did the accounting, and she lives in Florida. She's not an agent.
Right.
Right?
Was he at an agency or was he fully indie?
He was fully indie.
Oh,
which is
wow.
great because you get a lot of attention that way. And this guy, like the last time I was on the phone with him, he caught me. I did this video, this comedy sketch I wrote, and Rye's not an actress, but she killed it. And we did this bit, and he watched it, and he's like, I need to do a million other things right now besides calling you. I should not be calling you right now. Like a classic agent, right? Yeah. But I want to call you, tell you that was hilarious. And you're so talented, and I appreciate you so much. I was like, oh my gosh. And I think about it now. I'm like, wow, what a
Great last call
yeah.
if you have to have a last call, I guess.
Yeah, and he complimented Ryan. He's like, is she an actress? Does she want to? I'm like, no, she's a medical biller, but she's
Oh
killing it.
my God. Does she want representation? Because I could make her a. Oh.
Yeah.
You know, that's fucking awful, but.
But no, so, and then I did this whole, I spoke about this at the memorial where he said, in the last text to him, classic agent, texts really fast, autocorrects. He meant to say, I said, how you feeling? And he was like, it's meant to write Long Road to Recovery. He wrote Long Road to Discovery, which was kind of poetic when you think about it now.
Yeah.
He's gone. And now I produce a show called the Asbury Park Monologues. We're coming up in the second one. The first one, he was one of the judges. So now for the one of the awards I'm adding is the Sandy Gunner Road to Discovery Award.
That's good.
For one of the people.
Cool.
But,
For what? Is that like most improved?
no, it's just someone there who knew Sandy. We'll pick someone who performs that thinks they got what Sandy would say. You know, they're maybe not there yet, but they're on the road, and we believe in them. So that's what that would be.
What's the Asbury Park monologues about?
Yeah, that's it right
monologue
there.
competition show.
Yeah, it's if you go to AsburyParkMonologues.com, yep, there it is. And you could do a comedic, dramatic, or song. Comedic monologue, dramatic monologue, or sing a song, a musical song. And there's judges, and you get, there's awards, you get prizes, there's, all kinds of things. And it's actually going to be November 5th. We actually just found out when the date is going to be, and we haven't announced it yet. But anyway, that's what's going to.
What type of venue are we talking about here?
It's usually at it's going to be at the Asbury Lanes this year.
Is that
But
a
last
bowling
year,
alley?
yeah, but it's not really, sort of. It's there's 4 lanes, but a lot of big bands play there, things like that.
Oh, cool.
And it was at the Asbury Hotel, which is a big venue, and there was a
I know
hall.
that. I know that place. Yeah,
And
yeah.
so there,
Cool.
yeah. So, but anyway,
Sounds fun. How many people did you have on the first one?
we had about 22.
Okay.
Because it needs to be like a 2-hour show, and some people are going over. So now we're gonna. The Asbury Lanes.
Oh, wow.
Zach
That's a
Kaplan
very-
is
I
on
know how to
fire.
Google.
That's a great photograph
Look
of
at
the
this.
Asbury
Yeah, it
Lanes.
is.
Yeah, and the stage is over there to the right.
Whoever has
their bar.
decorated this place, it seems like the bowling alley is really sort of a technicality.
Yeah, and there's a diner-looking
Fucking
place
nice,
too.
really nicely decorated spot though. I love the aesthetic of this place.
Yeah, and the stage is right there,
Yeah,
and they'll
right.
set all the
Cool.
seats back there.
That's a fucking dope
Cool,
spot.
right?
Yeah, it'd probably be a good place to have a wedding, actually.
Yeah, people do.
People get married in that place?
Yeah, and at the
it
Asbury
looks
Hotel
cool.
they do as well.
Fuck yeah.
But,
I like the look. I like that color of that floor in the bowling alley, too.
Yeah.
Am I just seeing it weird because I'm colorblind, or is that like a blue-gray floor?
It's like a purplish gray.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
Yeah,
I like
and
that color.
And so the second annual will be there, but the first annual was at the hotel. But the original second one, I was all ready to go. It was ready to go. The show was for March 13th, 2020.
Ugh.
The day before is when everything went to shit.
Yeah, that sucks.
And we had everything planned, everything. So, but
You
now
couldn't
it's
get your money back, your deposit back.
I didn't give one yet.
Oh,
I didn't give one yet. But it's basically like a turnkey show. I got the step and I got everything ready to go.
Yeah.
So I just have to update some things. So anyway, that's that show. But back to Sandy and Avanti Talent. So his cousin, who lives out here, has his own little entertainment company. He's now taken over the agency, and his name's John Reiner, and he's so attentive, sending me auditions left and right.
Oh, great!
So. I'm super appreciative of that.
And you ever met him in person?
I have at Sandy's memorial.
Oh, right.
But but it's crazy too because when this happened, I reached out to my actor friends. Like I'm looking for some new agents, so I got a referral to some. This one agent I talked to, he was great. He's going to rep me a little bit non-exclusive. We hit it off. Did a Zoom, awesome. And I had another agent that wanted to see me. I'm not going to say this agency's name. Classic. I walked in, to be like, I need representation again. It sucks Sandy's gone, but I walk in there, this agent in the city, and it was a referral from an actor friend of mine. And right off the bat, didn't get the vibe, right? Didn't get a good vibe. And this woman who owns it came up, and there was another woman there who I spoke with through email, and she's been in the business she's probably in her mid-20s. I've been in it way longer than her. Didn't, got the vibe of I think people walk in there so green, and they hear, oh, you're going to represent commercials and voiceovers and all this stuff. Where do I sign? And that's not me coming in there. And I said that before that. They wanted to sign exclusively, and I was like, well, I'm not. I have built a lot of relationships in this industry where people call me to do voiceovers, and I just do them, and I skip the middleman, and I make all the money, So we're sitting in there, and I didn't get a good vibe off the bat. She was patting her stats immediately. I represent this many people. I told myself I wasn't going to take on more people. Okay, then why am I here? You wanted to see me.
Yeah.
But one thing she said, and I'm going to be controversial. Literally said to me, though, she was sitting there, and the other woman was in the room. She looks at her. She goes, well, what can we get him? He's white. I was like, what? What did you just say? What? How? And she meant it in the sense of right now to be a straight white guy and the business is rough because everything's going ethnic. It's just the facts. That's what it is. And I just was like, if you take the word white out of there, put in anything else, is that okay? Not okay. And I was just like, I'm out of here.
Saying the quiet part loud, as you'd call it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just like,
even if it's true, maybe don't say it in meetings.
Said it so nonchalantly. And I was just like, of course, I was still cordial, and I was like, that meeting with you and everything, but I was like, I'm out of here. And I was just like, but anyway, still got John with Avanti, which I'm very happy about, and then this new agent that I'm working with as well. So
you should get gigs and then send that person your gigs.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny you say that because
send them the clips.
She was saying things like, well, how many auditions are you getting? Like several a month because, we got a lot. I go, several a month? I did 4 yesterday. Did
you do 4 auditions yesterday?
On that day, but yeah, I average
Nice.
probably a week between voiceovers on camera. Yeah, it's probably at least 10.
Really?
At least.
That's awesome.
Wow. I'm like, is that low? Is
Dude,
that high?
I want to get your fucking agent for some voiceover work. If people don't want to pay for Seth Rogen, I will do like a third of his fucking rates.
You could do it right here,
I
dude.
could literally record it here and do like.
I've done national voiceovers in my little studio set up
Yeah.
at my desk in my apartment.
We have Shure SM7Bs.
Yeah, and I don't have these,
room.
and it sounds. I mean,
You can come here. You need to do some work while you're in town.
Yeah,
Come to
maybe
the fucking
we'll see.
studio.
But so yeah, that's why I'm here, and also just for a little vacation, and
Nice. It's a
that's
good
why I
place
reached
to
out
be.
to you and was like, "What are you doing? Can I come on?" And here we are.
We're doing this
And here we are. And if anyone's watching, thank you so much. And it's
every
stoked to be
day.
here.
Every day, radio is a vacation.
Yeah.
Getting to sit in your own studio, talk to your friends about anything you fucking want. It's
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah, it's great, dude.
Very nice.
First off, let me just say, Matt Farah, congrats on this place, man. Like, look at this studio, number one, and look at this facility. Like, it's bonkers. And
It's cool,
congrats.
isn't it?
It's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, it worked out all right. Mm-hmm. It worked out okay, man.
Sure did. Dude.
It took a long time to build it. Fortunately, it took less time to fill it with cars.
Yeah, you're full.
I filled it with other people's cars before I could fill it with my own cars.
Yeah.
That was the concern. If we didn't fill it fast enough, I was just going to start buying shit.
and put your own cars in here.
Yeah. And so now it's like, now I actually am at the place where I'm considering, believe it or not, finding possibly other places for my cars and to sell the space here.
That's pretty funny.
Which I'm probably going to resist.
Well, what about your garage? I'm sure you have a garage, your place, your house.
Yeah, I do. But you know, if you have a regular, you know, I don't have a garage that satisfies all needs.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, your new garage is smaller than your current garage.
My new garage
because
is actually
most of it's
smaller
a
than my
gym.
current garage. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, my garage eventually will have a brand new C8 black Corvette parked in there.
Did you order one?
No, I don't have. I'm not. No.
Oh, okay.
But I want to.
One day, yeah.
When my sitcom gets picked up.
They're actually, I just saw a story. They're having trouble keeping up with demand of those.
Yeah.
Demand was huge. They're
Yeah.
very good.
I
They're
love it.
very good cars.
I love
It's
it.
a nice car.
I
Buy
love it.
Corvettes. They're good. I had a customer call me the other day who was trying to figure out what else to get because he didn't want to wait, whatever his order was. They couldn't make it for 2021 and they bumped it to 2022.
Yeah.
And he's, was talking about what he should get now because he wants something but doesn't want to wait till 2022. I mean, I said, you could buy somebody else's. They're flipping them and you got to pay 10 over, but what do you care? You got money. You don't give a shit about 10K. You want the car. He goes, yeah, but I want to spec it myself. He said, I don't want to get someone else's
That's
spec.
the same. Like for me, I have, this is it's like my background.
What? That's a really good picture of a C8.
Yeah.
That might be the most complimentary photo. And Derek, it's basically what we might call a video game third-person view, maybe. Almost a little
completely
top
aerial.
down.
a bite from the
Mostly top
rear,
down.
above, top down. It's a really, that car from that angle is almost indistinguishable from a McLaren.
And it's also a rectangle that almost perfectly fills the iPhone.
It's a really
Right.
good
It's funny.
iPhone
It has
background.
It's on my
Yeah.
computer too. Ryan knows.
That's a good background. Yeah.
Actually, me.
No, they're fucking nice. Have you driven one yet?
I have.
They're fucking
Yeah,
great.
I know, and the balance of it all, it's just beautiful car. And plus, for people that don't know shit about cars, they look at it, they're like, "What's that? A Ferrari?" And
Yeah.
it just
go,
looks so
Yes.
exotic, and so I love it.
It's funny, isn't it funny what people who don't know about cars where their brain associates things like I've had people and I'm not trying to just make fun of people for not knowing things. There's plenty of things that might seem obvious to a certain specialist that I don't know a fucking thing about.
Sure.
That's a fucking he said that was a chrysanthemum, it's a tiger lily. Ah
Yeah.
I don't fucking
Yeah.
know. But
my
when-
ornamental horticulture game is up.
back when I was working at Gotham Dream Cars and I was driving around a Ferrari 360 or a Ferrari 430 or something, and someone asked me if it was the new Mustang, and I was
That's
kind of
so crazy though.
that's
way
out there. And now I own this electric thing, the Mach-E, that has a fucking horse on it and Mustang headlights and taillights.
Yeah.
And so now people really is that the new Mustang, and I have to do this whole convoluted.
Well, it's based on the old.
Well, how much time do you
the
have?
name
And,
is from the.
We have a video coming out, Zach and I, on Monday that by the time this show goes up for the non-live audience, will already be out comparing the Mustang Mach-1 and the Mustang Mach-E. Two cars which really share an awful lot.
Yeah, right.
Mainly,
That's pretty cool though. That's a
mainly
good idea.
4 letters
Where'd you get your,
in their name
There's different
and
trim
2
levels,
horses.
man. Different trim levels.
Where'd you get your hands on one? Just
The Mach-1 was a press car.
that I know.
Oh, the Mach-E?
Yeah.
Oh, we bought it from Galpin. We leased it for 3 years, the wife and I. No, I mean, we didn't get any super special favors or anything. We just wanted it and got it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I guess they're very available now.
I asked for it a little while ago.
Oh, okay.
We drove the press car before they came out. We determined it was what we wanted. I put in an order and it came in. It was
Nice.
it wasn't anything super special. But we really like it.
Fun factor to drive. Fun.
It is for its task. The task that we wanted it for is to drive around this city in traffic. It's sitting in traffic. Light to light, mostly straight lines, very few curves, not in the mountains.
Yeah.
And then once a month or so for Hannah to drive back and forth to North County, San Diego to see her brother. That is the task.
What's the range on that?
300.
Oh.
290.
There you go.
At the task that we have chosen for it, it is exceptional. We never have to use public charging. It's quiet, it's comfortable. Throw our shit in
I think it looks great. I mean, I saw it when I was at the LA Auto Show here, and I was like, it's a good looking.
It's
SUV.
really nice.
Yeah.
I mean, but to me, the worst thing about it is that it has horses on it. I mean, that's literally the worst thing about it to me.
Yeah.
Other people who are not into cars have the association with Mustang as a positive thing,
Which is the majority of the general
Which is
public,
people who
so
are
it
buying
makes
it,
sense for
yeah.
marketing.
Yeah. A lot of people stop me. And ask about it.
Yeah.
You know who stops me the most? People who say they've had Teslas and hated them.
Really?
I had a Model S. It was such a piece of shit.
Wow, really?
Yeah. A lot. It's not. That's a very informal survey of people who specifically stopped me to ask about this car. But
I've never driven one yet, but I would like
it's
to.
too bad my wife has it today. I'd let you have a go. I literally will let anybody drive it.
Oh, nice.
It's great. I let my customers drive it all the time, and they come back like super stoked on it.
Sweet.
It's pretty fast.
Yeah.
It's not slow.
Yeah.
We're excited for the GT. The GT is going to be the shit.
Really?
Yeah, because
It's got a V8 in it. It's gonna be sick.
it's also
Big electric V8.
it's Mag Ride. Mag Ride is going to be why it's the shit.
Yeah.
My regular one is fast enough for fucking anything.
Is it the same kind of thing? Like with you could like upload new, like you could, what is it, ludicrous mode, insane mode, whatever it is.
It doesn't have.
Can you do that with?
It has over-the-air updates in terms of like bug fixes and improvements, but you
nothing
can't.
to-
No, you can't make it go faster
Okay.
over the air. No, I don't think so. They don't sell anything like
How
that.
amazing is that though? They could that's kind of a thing.
Well, it's
Like in
it's
the future,
cool.
like, let me download more power.
Yeah.
Well, Porsche sells the Carrera and the Carrera S are literally identical except for the tune. There's no difference.
Yeah.
The GTS has bigger turbos and some other hardware differences, but the S and the fucking regular one are the same except for so you can do it in gas cars too.
Oh, I know.
And there's in a lot of ways with manufacturing, it makes sense to just build the more powerful one and artificially limit it versus building two separate things.
Right.
McLaren, straight up like just they build like one engine and then just and make it lower and lower and lower. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what tons of companies do. They all,
It's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it is cool, but what concerns me and my concerns have been, I think, validated with some of the things that Tesla has done, is the Lord giveth, the Lord can taketh away. Anything that can be upgraded over the internet can be downgraded over the internet. And there's been several documented instances of someone who bought one of those upgrades, sold their car to the next person, and then that option, when they went to transfer the ownership digitally of the car to the new person, vanished.
Oh wow.
And they went, oh no, that was a non-transferable subscription.
Oh, that's crazy.
But yeah. So that's the thing. That's a very slippery slope.
That's like you're selling a car, you put like a bigger turbo on or something, like taking that off, and
and-
be like, here you go. Now you have the,
It's so wrong.
And the
So
problem is the
screwed up.
OEMs that are fucking, listen, is BMW better at building a car than Tesla? 1,000%.
Yeah.
Is BMW, and I'm using them as an example here, less grimy than Tesla given the opportunity? Probably not, right? Okay? And so they saw that and they went, oh, fucking hang on a minute. People are willing to pay for subscriptions to XM. They're willing to pay for these subscriptions to whatever the fuck Tesla's scamming out of people. What if heated seats? What if upgraded infotainment? What if GPS? What if all this other stuff was subscription service?
that's crazy.
Well, they tried to make CarPlay a subscription, but it only lasted a year.
Yeah,
the
I can
pushback
imagine
was so
people
aggressive.
would not be about that.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So yeah, I mean it's a slippery slope. So be careful with the OTA.
That sounds it. I didn't realize that. Wow. It's like, okay,
I love it. A
doesn't
car
happen.
that gets like bug fixes without having to go to a dealer.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nice. But a car where you have to, where you have features that are straight downloaded or could be deactivated remotely is like, ooh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, you sell it being like, hey, it has all this. And then, oh,
Yeah.
wait, nope, sorry.
Well, and they talk about it being a subscription service, but in the terms of the P100D ludicrous mode, those cars that were delivered new with that have a red line on the badge of the car. It's a different badge.
Yeah.
So that's a feature that came with the car that was like later was like yoink.
Yeah,
like,
that's screwed up.
It's
That ain't cool.
real grimy, that kind of stuff. Real
Yeah.
grimy. And Tesla is extremely grimy.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, well.
Extremely. They're mad shady. Seriously, they have innovated. They have pushed other automakers to follow suit.
Right.
There would be no Taycan. There would be no Mach-E. There would be no e-tron.
Her brother-in-law is a Taycan.
Without a Model S. Would not happen. Straight up. But they also do some exceptionally grimy stuff.
Yeah.
And they outright lie in the open about the capability of their definitely not autonomous full self-driving system.
Right, that's
Zach,
true.
did the people
But the
have
next
anything
one-
of real interest to say
The
today?
next one will definitely be self-driving, guys.
100%.
Definitely.
No. If you buy the full self-driving option now for the low price of $10,000, I promise, and you can definitely take my word for it because of my track record delivering on my promise, that this car will absolutely drive itself by the end of the year.
Nice.
And if you buy any other car, you are a pure fool at this point.
Well, that's gonna happen. I mean, eventually it's
Not
just gonna
now.
Not
That's
now,
the problem.
but
Those
it
like-
will.
Not with these cars. There is absolutely no such thing as a Tesla Model 3 that will ever drive itself fully down the fucking road. It's not going to happen.
No.
No. And I actually just got a hold of,
Probably a
on
all
Twitter?
new type car.
Dr. Missy Cummings. Have you heard of Dr. Missy Cummings? Dr. Missy Cummings is an expert in automation that Alex Roy refers to all the time. She's a great follow on Twitter. I cannot recommend her highly enough. She just did, what's Adam Conover's podcast? From Adam Ruins Everything. You know Adam Ruins Everything?
Yeah.
Fucking great show. I
Really?
love Adam Ruins Everything. And he has a podcast, and she was just on it, and she just fucking just decimates, just lays waste to the fucking Silicon Valley myth of AVs will be here.
Good.
In the near term. I can't remember the name of Adam Conover's podcast, but it's literally in my notebook to talk about it right here on this podcast today. Go listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there will be a very limited scope of AVs in terms of local area shuttle type of vehicles. They will be commercially owned.
You got to be
privately owned AV. I don't think is
It's
a real
got
reality.
that technology has to be so perfect because the loss of life, lawsuits, all this.
You know, the
it's gotta be
corporation
absolutely
needs
so
to take the liability.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
In order for people to be like, okay, I'm gonna get in my car and just read a book and
Yeah.
go to the mall.
Yeah. There's just too many variables.
Zuckerman can't wait. I can't wait for the fucking lawsuits. You don't understand. I'm going to buy 6 jets, Boeing business jets. The first fucking company that tries to sell one of these fucking things to people. That crash, ooh, baby, it's going to be rich. I'm going to get all the money and go to Vegas on my new jet.
Yeah.
My friend's
Jeez.
a personal injury lawyer. He don't fuck around. He's really excited for the first time the company.
Oh, I can only imagine.
There's a wrongful
it's just
death
like
suit.
just waiting to chomp at the bit.
Yeah. We got a few questions from the people.
Is that what people pay to ask the question?
Yes, that is.
Oh, I didn't know
that
that.
is a donation amount.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's the super chat system on YouTube.
I like
it's
that.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nispec Van says, "How are AK and Erica?"
Well, Well, for Erica first, she's doing well. I think she's looking for a job currently. She was with Jalopnik for a while, but she's doing well. She just bought a
Oh,
GTI.
AK is Alan Kaufman. It's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay,
She just bought a GTI and she's doing well. But AK and I are very close friends. I'm not sure how many people know, but AK has been through the mill. This guy is an inspiration. I've known him. I auditioned in front of Alan. AK is Alan Kaufman, for anyone listening. He was one of the producers of Fastlane Daily. I auditioned in front of him at, when I first auditioned for Fastlane Daily. 2007. And he, that's not him.
him, Zach.
That is not him.
Is this him on your Instagram somewhere?
Yeah, he's right there.
There he is.
That's a lot quicker.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like Howard Stern a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But AK, very long story short, he's battled stage 4 brain and lung cancer, and he's beating it. He's in remission. He walks like 10 miles a day. He just posted that he walked 1,000 miles so far in 2021. Like, he's just an inspiration. And so AK and I, we talk almost every single day. And, see, 1,000 miles. There he is.
Wow.
And yeah, he's always getting
That's a
MRIs
lot.
and shit.
How many? It's like, what, 5 miles a day?
He does like 5 to 13 a day.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And it's just his positive outlook during this whole process has been amazing. But we've always said we want to work together on something. So AK and I we wrote a sitcom about 2 years ago, and we've been working on that hard. And that's
cool.
The video that's up right now on on Fastlane Daily's YouTube actually, and it's on.
Who has that? You got the password to that? Who's got that?
Yeah, so I had Spinelli on the other day. So Spinelli still works for the guys who own that bought FLD and Drive, Brookline Media or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And Spinelli was like, yeah, to promote this, I can give you the keys to the castle, which was a great get. Like that, I told Spinelli, appreciate it so much. But we wrote a sitcom, and we're currently pitching it now. AK's history, he had a sitcom option by Conan O'Brien. He's worked with a lot of heavy hitters. I mean, the one show he wrote that was optioned with Conan, I think it was this one. It was one or the other. But anyway, he was working with a guy named Mark Hirschfeld, who cast a little show called Seinfeld. And I know AK sometimes he doesn't like to name drop, but like I like to give credit where credit's due. And he's so him and I wrote this, and if people look at us, they're like, look at Derek DNA, like two like an opposite, a guy in his like early 60s, and I'm in my 30s, and but he's doing great, and we're pitching this sitcom. I don't know if you watched that video. I sent you the link. But we're riding around in Rob Freddy's 488, and it's basically kind of like comedians in cars getting coffee shot that way, but we're talking about the show and what it's about, what it's based on, where it came, how it came out, and we're in the studio and it's shot with multiple cameras and stuff, and it looks good. Yeah, see, that's like a studio shot.
Yeah, check it out. It's on Fastlane Daily's Instagram, actually.
As well as
all
mine.
One word. It's on Derek's as well.
You could just go to CoppinStayles.com. The name of the sitcom is Coppin Stayles. Because that's
there it is.
Yeah, AK wanted that to be the name, and I was like, hey, I'm in. And if a network is like, well, we want to get rid of the name, that's fine. But I'm just
you're writing the checks, kids.
You can call it Fastlane Daily if you want, but it's basically about the.
Is it the 30 Rock of Fastlane Daily?
Sort of, but there's been no show about the workplace environment in Brooklyn, New York, right? The show was bought by Time Inc. and then moved to Brooklyn. And when we got there, we were like, we just felt like we're the only people working. It's like there's people over here eating granola.
That's actually fucking hilarious.
They literally took a break midday and would do CrossFit in the parking lot. So we're like, we're running around trying to get episodes done, and we're like, what the hell is it? There's people, there's the vending machine with peanut M&Ms. It's free. People are drinking latte. There's people sleeping on the couches. Like, what is going on here? So it's based around that workplace environment, and it's a show about a show called Fastlane Daily, which was a real show, as you know, for almost a decade, and then now it's when we want to turn into
now it's just a backdrop for
role.
an office-based sitcom, right? Basically.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Office meets 30 Rock.
That's funny. You should actually talk to my wife, who was not in entertainment in any kind, or Brooklyn, but went to work. Went from a very traditional, old school company that makes and sells physical goods for the last 60 years. Went from that to going to work at Facebook. At Facebook's like main headquarters in San Francisco. Yeah. Which she was like, I have no fucking idea what's going on up here. Like really just and the the amount of coddling that would happen with employees would ask for completely ridiculous things and get them. It was nothing.
It was insane because obviously we liked working with Spinelli there. But
the idea of we're the only people here doing any work.
Yeah, it was just really
exactly.
And that's like the basis of the show. But we also pull from all the years of FLD. So we have a full Bible. That's like if you want to read a whole Bible. It's the pilot and then every synopsis episode from 2 to 10.
You've got fucking Emil stealing all the money and going to prison. That's a 3-episode arc right there.
We have that's in there. More. His name isn't Emil, but it's that.
Yeah, no, it's a meal in that one.
Yeah,
it's different. That's a movie villain name actually. Yeah, his name. There was. Do you remember the movie? The movie version of wasn't of Dragnet with fucking Tom Hanks and Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
From the 80s. Yeah. The bad guy's name was Emil.
Was it?
Yeah. His last name was Nitrate. Was Emil Nitrate. It was fucking bad.
That's a drug.
That's funny.
It is.
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay.
but like it's a show that we really believe in. There hasn't been anything like it. There's a guy, I'm not going to say his name, but he produced and directed really huge show for NBC. One of the biggest. 30 Rock, whatever. But that is but he watched the video, and he's friendly with AK and stuff, so he had good things to say and everything.
Good.
So we're just going through
and new representation.
Yeah, we're just trying to go through all because with so much streaming services out there, we think this has a home somewhere. And if you want to watch that video we're talking about, you can just go to CoppinStayles.com. It's
that
all
sounds
there.
funny. And it sounds like opportunity for yokes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously me and AK wrote it, but you get his perspective and my perspective. So
Yeah.
it's a good, there's a good dichotomy of what the show is, and people can relate to it. And it's we're very inclusive in the show. There's represent all different people, but some of the characters are like a few different people that we worked with at Brooklyn
Right.
into
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Like Ted the Tool, we call him the Tool, but his name's Ted. That's like a few different people that we worked with over
For
there.
sure.
And there's also people from the history of Fastlane Daily that are kind of like modeled after. So it's not a true story, but it's based in truth,
I like it.
And people can watch it. And if you were a Fastlane Daily fan, you'd watch episodes, be like, that's an inside joke. I pick up on that because I knew this show. And then a new person watched, like, oh, that's just funny.
If you can make jokes work on two levels like that, I applaud you. That's
Yeah.
it's very hard.
That's the key. And whether you know about cars or not, doesn't matter, but there'll still be cars in the show.
Cool.
Because the show is about a car show.
Yeah. So you
In
have to have,
New York City. Yeah, exactly.
You have to have the cars.
Yeah,
Very
so
good.
that's
Cool.
that's what we're pitching hard right now.
Awesome.
AK and I, and he says hello, by the way. He wanted to give my best to you.
Yeah, dude, I haven't talked to him in many years, but he was one of my favorite people to go to work with
Dude, he's the
every day.
best.
He was just such a sweet man, always had the fucking right attitude.
Yeah.
And always just got shit done.
He did.
Like
He does.
Like only a real professional could.
Yeah,
a lot
absolutely.
of people that could not deliver on the goods. He
Yeah.
always had the goods.
I literally talk to
Yeah.
AK almost every day.
That
Like, he's
rules.
like one of my best friends. I talk to him almost
Good for
every
him.
single
I'm glad he's feeling
day.
well.
Yeah, he's
I
he's
heard-
running the New York Marathon again this year.
That's
He's
crazy.
a beast. He's a
That's
beast.
crazy. All right, Zach, what else do we have? Andrew wants us to get Jamie Robinson from MotoGeo on the podcast. Literally, that video, I met that guy once.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only time I've ever hung out with him. He was very nice, but I don't even really know what to like ask him or anything like that. Like,
I don't even know where he lives anymore.
I don't know like what he's doing or anything like that. Like other than this guy can ride a motorcycle very fast and scare me, I don't know a whole lot about him. And the thing about motorcycle content is it does very badly.
Yeah, it does.
I
For us,
review
it does,
motorcycles because I like testing out some new thing, but it's not worth the work.
Yeah,
to
I feel
review
like
them.
because motorcycles, even though millions of people have motorcycles, it's not as many people going to watch videos.
It's a
and
niche of a
it's
niche.
It's a niche of a niche. It's a good
And
way
a
to put it.
motorcycle in general is a lot simpler than a car, evolves a lot slower than a car. There's less
Yeah.
to talk about, and it's like same thing as like off-roading. Unless you are the most hard, like motorcycle people want to hear about motorcycles from a dude who won the Isle of Man TT.
Yeah.
Not from like a fat guy who normally talks about cars. You know, it's just
Or who rides a dirt bike every now and then on the
right,
on the weekends or
exactly. But
something.
like people in the world of on-demand programming, you can go to anyone for any very specific thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
for sure.
But I like press bikes, so I
Yeah,
make the
why not? I
videos
would too.
because
I love riding bikes.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just got the email. I got the Ducati Monster coming at the end of July. The new
Sweet.
Ducati Monster.
So it's slow. That's a very slow bike.
By Ducati standards,
Yes.
it kind of is.
Really?
By
Yeah,
Ducati
well-
standards, it's not one of their faster bikes, which is fine. They offered me the Street Fighter fucking V4S with 220 horsepower, and I said
On a
no.
motorcycle,
I
between
said,
your
no,
legs.
Thank
Like,
you.
what-
insane.
Straight up,
For
I was
that
like,
amount of
nah.
weight? Like, come on.
Spike called me a bitch. Spike was like, "What are you, a pussy? You're not going to ride that?" I'm like, "No,
My
I'm not
car's
gonna
like
ride that."
40 horsepower less than that.
Yeah, that's triple my wife's van.
That's
my wife's
crazy,
van
yeah.
is a third of the power of that motorcycle.
I have a Passat R-Line. I just wish it had over 200. I just wish it did. I mean, I guess you could tune
no
it or
little
whatever.
tune. It's a 2.0T, right? No,
Yeah.
yeah. Your little
I
Oh,
could
yeah.
do a little something
Yeah,
to it. I've
Yeah,
only
plug
done
and play,
aesthetics.
bro.
Yeah.
Nismo Racer says, "Hey, Mrs. Fastlane Daily," and wants me to tell the NSX Machete story. So very, very quick, simple story.
I don't think I know the story.
I go to the canyons real early in the morning
Yeah.
to film, and up in the canyons, occasionally you will run into folks who are sleeping in their cars.
Yeah.
Whether for recreation or for necessity. And if I was going to sleep in my car, I'd probably go up in the canyons too, honestly. And so anyway, I arrived somewhere and there was a car that had like, curtains kind of around the windows. It
Yeah.
was like a Honda CRV or something, some kind of small crossover. And I was there to film something, and a guy I was filming with pulled up next to me, and we were waiting out on a car. And obviously, like, the person who was in this car didn't know what was fucking going on. He just heard a bunch of loud cars arrive.
Okay, I see where this is going.
And probably thought he was about to get rolled up on. And so this dude gets out of the fucking truck like half asleep with like a, wife beater tank top on, like brandishing a machete. And
whoa.
Yeah. We're just like, oh, just here to film some cars, bro. And I think he realized his overreaction and just kind of like sheepishly got back in the car.
Jesus.
And, a minute or two later, the car just started and drove away without any further. It was weird as hell.
That is pretty weird.
Really bizarre.
You know what? Did you watch that link I sent you? Just of you with the. Remember the sweater?
Oh yeah.
I wore this sweater. I don't know why I brought it. Maybe they washed it there. So I don't know, but it shrunk. And there's a behind the scenes of Matt putting on my sweater. It looks like it's for
doing a little Chris Farley, like fat guy in a little coat bit. Yeah,
it was so funny. I was looking for stuff, and I randomly came across that.
Where
I'm like,
people find this shit?
hilarious.
I think it's because they have Facebook, and it's like this day 8 years ago.
Yeah.
It's funny till you go back and watch Matt's like one of
my early stuff.
Your first FLD
Sideburns?
episode you hosted.
I don't even
when
know
you
where to
when you
find
guest
it.
hosted.
I guess you could probably just Google it.
Yeah,
and
I
find
think
the
it pops
oldest
up
one,
pretty
but
quick.
Yeah. I wonder how that. I don't really like watching myself. I probably wouldn't go find it.
Oh, dude, you go back to the first episode of Fast and Daily that I hosted. It's cringe.
Brutal.
You look at my audition video. I'm like, why would you pick this guy? Why would you? Luckily, Lindsay, you remember Lindsay Chen? Lindsay Chen and AK liked me. Gene was like, this guy fucking sucks.
Gene done came up, didn't he?
He did.
Gene
sure did.
Sanchez, he came up.
Oh God, look at that.
Oh wow, look
at this picture.
What am I wearing in that?
Oh, you know where we are right
big
there?
leather jacket.
You know where we are right there?
Jacket.
That's at Gotham Dream Cars.
Oh
and
yeah, it is.
Parisa from The Real World was doing a guest spot on your show and my show or something.
Oh.
She was like, we were reviewing a car. I don't know why, but
What?
yes.
Really? Oh,
I just pulled that out of my ass. But
I don't really like anything about what I'm doing in that photo. I'm definitely grabbing my dick in a leather jacket.
Yes. Yep.
And it's not good. It's
that
not,
you are. But
not good for anybody.
But you could probably find the episode that he's
Derek
hosting.
was auditioning for Smash Mouth.
Yes, I was. Rye's like, Rye, that's your boyfriend right there on the left.
Yeah, he looks good. That was at Gotham Dream Cars. Very good.
Are you the cool camp counselor, or are we here to see your band?
Well, I was a camp counselor, and I was
Really?
a very cool camp counselor. I was also a summer camp supervisor, Zach, so okay.
That's that's not a good picture of me at all. That's not good.
But yeah, if you YouTube
I
it, you
can't
could
watch
probably
any
find
old shit. Oh, the old stuff I did is really bad. I can't even watch any new things I do. I don't really no.
I like stuff that especially if I'm playing a character or something. I don't mind watching.
Yeah. I you know what I also like watching things that are like good edits I've done. Like if I'm particularly proud of a story I told with editing.
Yes.
Then I'm like, I can relive that.
For
or
sure.
If I write a particularly good column or article, I will occasionally reread.
Yeah.
But I don't want to look at my own face.
Yeah, well, I'll watch stuff that I'm in for sure, just because I want to change and get
learn
better
from it.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like my big one man comedy shows that I've had that like 10 months of work into an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like live comedy, singing, parody, dancing, video, edited, everything. Like, I'm so proud of it. I've never watched it. I've watched clips here and there that I need to put in demo reels. Never watched, and I sold out a theater.
That's awesome
for those shows. But that I just don't.
But do you record sets and listen to them later for that?
Yeah, I do that. I haven't been doing too much stand up really lately. Like I did that for a long time. I realized that wasn't for me. Like if I'm gonna do a comedy show, I'm more like a Jimmy Fallon type guy. I think where I just want to entertain in multiple ways in a funny way.
Sure.
And there is a stand-up element of
to
that.
like writing a 60-minute set.
But I would never say, I have so much respect for stand-up comedians.
Yeah.
Because I've done that, but I don't pound the pavement like they do. I'm not hitting the clubs all the time.
It's not for you.
Yeah,
but
I'll still do it. If I get booked, I'll do it. And I'm so scared of it, but I'll still do it. Still do it.
Celebration wants to know about Derek's blading days.
Oh yeah, my rollerblading days. Well, I was like a quasi-sponsored rollerblader from a local skate park in Asbury Park. We kind of skated in Warped Tour one year, which was cool. But we did rails, ramps, half pipes. I used to do.
People don't really do the aggressive skate.
They do, but like
anymore, do they?
One time, ESPN years ago was just like, that's not a sport anymore. We'll just put that over there. It's just skateboarding now.
I was talking so yesterday I was in Texas to drive the new Bronco, and I was with my buddy Texas Dave, who's like a rally instructor and stuff.
Yeah.
And we were randomly in the bus talking about rollerblading. He goes, "Do you know that is the only sport, the only $1 billion industry sport that was defeated by gay jokes and like
Gay jokes. One gay joke.
right. And he was like, it was just, like you said, one day.
Fruit booter.
Everyone
fruit booting.
everyone started doing that. There was this huge division of like skateboarding, making fun of rollerblading, and it just like. And it worked on, and he's like, it worked on me, and it worked on me, and everyone was just like, whoa, wait, what? Rollerblading's gay? What's gay? We don't even know, but we don't want to do that. So everyone just like moved away from it.
Yeah,
Remember
there was a time
movie with Seth Green and shit.
Airborne.
That's right.
There was a time when rollerblading was more popular than skateboarding.
Yeah.
100%.
It was big.
Yeah.
X Games, it was bigger, and that was like the prime when we did it. But we were like good. We like did flips and stuff on our
Jeez.
skates, like Misty flips and shit. And I would like drop invert. And we actually for a time at Casino Skate Park, because the skate park I was telling you about was in Asbury Park, and for a time. You know, it was the largest indoor vert ramp on the East Coast. We get pros coming in all the time. But besides the pros, we were the only ones that rode it. Then they tore it down. They didn't know how to run a business, and they tore it down. And
How tall was the ramp?
It was like 40 feet wide.
Oh, that's big.
And it had a 12 and a half foot extension.
That's big.
And yeah, it was huge.
It's a fucking big ramp.
Huge,
Yeah.
huge, really big. Yeah, there's video somewhere of me rollerblading. But
I'll see occasionally an aggressive skater at the Venice skate park. Occasionally.
Yeah,
And I'm
I'll-
talking it's like 1 out of 150.
yeah,
You know.
every now and then I'll strap on the skates and go to a skate park, and kids are like, "What? What are you?
Bro, are you like floating?
What are you doing?" And like I still got my like basic like bag of tricks.
Look how
that
easily
I can
you move
still
around.
do. And it's like I don't care anymore. Like I don't care.
You know what you should check out in Venice is the dance skaters. Have you seen them?
Yeah, but on roller skates?
Quads. Yeah, quads, like disco dance skaters.
Yeah, they do that. They
have the whole
pairing?
area right now
Yeah.
next to the actual skate park.
Yeah.
The city just repaved it for them.
Nice.
Straight up, like city repaved the dance skating.
That's pretty
area.
ill though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, about it.
It's like
And when-
70s are back.
Even though I was I was a rollerblader, aggressive skater is what we called it. Okay, when we would go like way back, we'd go to like the roller rink. Like I'm not wearing rollerblades at the roller rink. I'm putting on roller skates. Put on
Yeah.
quads.
Really? I would always
No,
do
because
rollerblades
I
at the
could
roller
still
rink.
do that, and I wanted to do roller skating when I'm at the roller because there's no ramps and stuff. I don't just want to
Dude, when
go
I moved
flat
to
on
LA,
my
I was
rollerblades.
dating a roller derby girl.
I remember her. I
You
met her.
couldn't even say the word rollerblade in the fucking house with her.
Yeah.
They were like, because they'd beat you over the head with a quad if
Well,
you
didn't she
tried
have a
that
bunch? She had
shit.
like a bunch of tattoos and stuff. She was
Yeah.
she was
She was
I
a
remember.
derby. You cannot fuck around.
We had
with
a barbecue
derby
at your
girl.
house that one time.
Yeah, yeah. If you break up with a derby girl, you have broken up with a team of angry women that are trained to hit hard and are looking for any reason to do so. It's fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
I've never personally watched. I've never personally been to a rugby match. That might be more brutal. The roller derby was by far the bloodiest sport I've ever watched.
Yeah, they have that in Asbury
It
Park
was
too. Like
fucking nasty.
that's like the scene in Asbury Park too. They
Yeah.
have that, and they actually they'll make Convention Hall a roller rink, and they'll have that there.
And my ex got an absolutely gruesome ankle injury from it too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bad. Zach wants to know, and I don't know, Clapman
Embargo lifts Monday.
the embargo lifts Monday.
Can't talk about driving stuff.
I'm
It's
going to
also,
make this
like,
very general. The homie
Yeah.
is saying he's getting a new Bronco, but should he get the 2.3 or the 2? Is it worth like you can only get the 2. You can get a manual only with the 4-cylinder.
Yeah.
Or an auto with the 6-cylinder. He said, is it worth dealing with the auto? In my opinion, and this is a very general statement, very general. Off-road vehicles don't need manuals anymore. They just don't.
Yeah.
They did
Don't.
when an auto had 3 speeds and a manual had 5 speeds.
Yeah, now it has 10.
Now an auto has 10 speeds.
Yeah.
You pretty much don't even need a low range anymore because there's so many fucking gears.
I would prefer we would
general
prefer
sense.
an automatic for off-road cars.
Yeah.
And this one is fine.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't even consider buying a manual Wrangler at this point.
Yeah, and you can
just-
And
But
you,
what if
and you
you
can
were-
get the 2.3 auto? You don't need to get a 2.7 with it.
But what if you were for that Wrangler? You didn't plan on going off road at all. You
But
just
that
like
doesn't
trying-
matter.
You just don't. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like
Some people-
I would buy a stick when it improves the experience.
Right.
But like it's a fucking truck. Like what are we doing?
Yeah, I used to have like a beater
Gives a shit.
pickup.
Yeah.
But for that it was like a 99. It was a Mazda Beat 2500.
Oh,
Yeah.
But
the
that I was
Mazda
like,
Ranger.
I want. Yeah, it was like a Ford Ranger.
Yeah.
I was like, I want it to be stick. I want to whip
How
around
old
this
are
little
you?
thing. Oh, this a few years ago.
Okay.
I had it for like 5 years. I think bought it. Yeah, I bought it when I was like 34.
No, I could understand like a beater work truck.
Yeah.
You want to get a stick? Like all right, cool. Like I get that. But we're talking about a brand new $50,000.
No, I get that.
truck,
Yeah.
like just automatic in that application.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, I've not driven the Bronco, and Zach isn't saying specifically Bronco. That's just a generalization we're making.
Right.
Saw Land says, where do you see the split of people who name their cars and people who don't? Only my non-gearhead friends have named their cars.
You mean like actual names? Like that's
Yeah.
like Bill.
Well,
My car's name is Bill.
gearheads find ways that makes it sound less stupid, but really isn't. They just put the word project in front of it.
Yeah.
You know,
God damn it, that's a great observation. Fuck you. That's so good.
The name is still just as embarrassingly stupid, but when you put the word project in front of it, somehow it gives it this air of toughness where if you just go, oh yeah, this is Colin, my Jetta.
Which is funny. Like,
oh, this is
Project
Colin. This is Project
Colin.
Take any one of these YouTubers' project cars, remove the word project, and just call the car that, and it sounds dumb as rocks.
like BBS
Yeah, it does.
Porsche, like Project Swan.
That guy, his last name is Swan.
Oh, didn't know that.
Now,
I thought it was
as
because the vehicle's black and white.
Black and white.
Yeah.
No, they brought me this car, and they
Well,
said,
now
oh, this
that's
is
cooler.
this is
Got
Project
more-
Swan.
But you're like,
More depth.
If you're
And I was
naming
like,
a car
Swan?
after like
that's
this,
what you came up with. They're like,
gentle
it's,
bird.
the guy's name is Swan. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, no, I was with you too. We were on the same page, 100%. But then they just shot me right down.
So it's Project Steve.
Project
Yeah, you should
Steve.
just name your project just generic like dude names.
This is
like
Project
Frank,
DeAngelis.
Bill. Yeah.
You know, just
Yeah.
Project Frank.
Last question. Christian wants to know, what is your bull run past and current opinion?
They're still doing that?
Not by that name. Now
Yeah.
it's like, it's a different company and everything, but now it's like the Gold Rush Rally is the thing.
Yeah.
Or the whatever. When I was 25, that was, acting like a idiot driving a zillion miles an hour down the freeway with a bunch of other idiots was really fun.
Yeah.
As soon as I got enough skill to go to a racetrack and really enjoy myself, I learned how dumb that was.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I started actually wheel-to-wheel racing cars, even cheap ones, that is infinitely more fun.
Oh, absolutely,
A 90-minute session in an E30 in a champ car race is way more fun than driving 200 miles hungover in a sports car.
Absolutely. I would agree with that too.
and there's
yeah.
no stress of I'm gonna get arrested. I'm gonna get arrested.
Right.
When we used to bomb around, like that was the constant fear.
Right. I
Yeah.
still like road trips. Like I this past summer did
Well, I
Rob
enjoy-
Ferretti's adventure drives with my wife.
That's right.
Which has no stickers on the car. It's very important to
Yeah.
have no stickers on the car.
Yeah, because you're just basically like, look at us.
You don't want.
You already have people looking at you. You're all fancy.
Yeah, you don't want
exotic
if,
cars.
If a car drives by you drive by what you'd call a civilian, a regular
Mm-hmm.
car. You don't want that car seeing the stickers and going, this guy who just flew by me is part of something bigger that
Yeah.
I need to be concerned about.
and I'm going to
now.
report that.
Exactly. It's just one dude in a car. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and now we do road trips and we focus on, is the destination nice? Are the restaurants good?
Mm.
Am I going to see something interesting along the way? I don't need an excuse to drive 100 miles an hour across Utah. I could do that on my own time.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially there. You know, it's
and
a wide open road.
frequently, do.
Yeah.
But my life has been made a lot more difficult because of situations where I was guilty by association. And all those events are, if you're not rich enough to be above any of it, because it's all, you could buy your way out of anything that happens on one of those events.
Yeah.
If you're not one of those people, though, and it's real money and real points on your license that you're playing with,
Yeah.
not worth it.
No, not worth it. I've never been on one of those. But it was like, I never had, the appeal when I was younger, I guess I was like, oh, that could be really cool. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I was never like, oh, I really want to get on one of those.
Is you literally get a Rolls Royce, hire someone to drive you, party every night, and then just relax in the back of a Rolls Royce while you go from place to place.
Yeah, and take a nap.
That's it.
Yeah.
I understand why people do them, but it's not
But yeah,
personal.
but to go to any track and actually drive a car on a track is just so much more fun.
Dude, he'll tell you he did. I mean, he did a couple weeks ago. Race Lemons. I've raced Lemons and Champ and AER. Like, for what you'd spend to do one of those events, a race weekend, at least if the car works all weekend, is infinitely more fun.
Yeah.
And takes a lot more skill. And the adrenaline rush.
I'd like to do Lemons. That'd be
The
fun.
adrenaline rush of what's going on is even between you and the other people in the other cars. You know what I mean? You're racing people that are aware that you're racing them.
Yeah.
There's something to that, Coppin Stayles.
Yeah, CoppinStayles.com.
And that's spelled Stayles.
Yes, that's right.
Stayles.
Yeah, Stayles. And it's a lingo that me and my cousin made up years ago, but I brought it to FLD, and AK always said it too. So that's what we named the sitcom. And me, obviously, Coppin, not Cop and.
It's not a buddy comedy.
That's what it sounded like.
And then, of course,
Coppin Stayles. One is serious, he's about to retire, and the other one is...
In my defense, when I type in, the first link is definition by Derek D. It's like, hey, for all of you who don't understand this, here's what it means.
It's called good SEO.
CoppinStayles.com is just the website, and it just takes you to... But my site, obviously, is just DerekD.com. That's the definition if you want to read and how to use it. There's
Which
examples.
I do now.
That car is nice. I'd buy it. That car is dope. I'd cop that stuff.
And are each of those links to FLD episodes where you've used it?
No, they're not, but that's interesting. Funny. They should be.
I knew that you were funny.
There you go.
The very first time I saw you did a character, when we had a Toyota FJ Cruiser.
I did the Guido character in a commercial.
The Guido character, and you made a fake commercial.
Yeah.
Toyota was so mad. They
were
hated
mad.
it.
They hated me for a while.
It was for you to make this spoof thing, and then me to do a review. And I reviewed it and hated it. I hated the car. I hated how it drove. You made this video that they hated. But you did a thing where you were right up next to the bad. You say... FJ Cruiser stands for fucking Jersey Cruiser. And I was like, Derek D is the funniest man alive. I was like, that was one of the, and I think you might have come up with it on the fly.
Yeah.
And that was one of the funniest things I'd ever heard somebody fucking say.
That was so much fun.
And then you had something about having a million Red Bulls in the back. You kept drinking Red Bulls. And there was Red Bulls everywhere.
This woman Michelle we worked out. I was like, you got to get in the back. I'm going to hit on you. In the back. That video is it's somewhere.
We can't play it on this show, but if you look up Fastlane Daily Toyota FJ Cruiser, it's
like Derek D, FJ
2007
Cruiser.
or 8.
Yeah,
it's
9.
So fucking funny. It's really, I was dying on that shit.
I don't know. It's got to be. It's somewhere.
You got to dig in the internet for that one. But go look at that sitcom, because if you should find a way to work that fucking Jersey Cruiser thing back into the sitcom.
Oh,
That's
we've figured out
mined the archives.
We definitely have figured out. We've worked a lot of things in from FLD into the sitcom, and for what AK's gone through and just my career, and it's just like he deserves. I mean, I think I deserve it, but I think he really deserves this, and just be amazing.
It's super fun.
And we say once it gets picked up. Now,
if you're a TV producer out there, get at him.
Yeah,
get at these fools.
Please help. We got a whole thing ready to go. Ready to go.
That's awesome. We are off for the weekend. Zach is going to Santa Cruz in a hydrogen car.
Yeah.
He's going to find out if he can actually drive a hydrogen car to Santa Cruz and back, which will be interesting.
That is interesting.
There's one station between here and Santa Cruz if I don't want to go through San Jose.
One.
He
has an option to go to one station.
And if it's offline or if it's out of hydrogen, I don't know.
That's interesting.
And I'm in 35 minutes to an hour. I'm going to be doing, for the live audience, I'm going to be doing Christian James Hand, the Session IG Live on Instagram. We're going to be breaking down Santeria by Sublime with comedian Chris Porter. It's going to be very fun. What?
No, AK texted me, he sent me screenshots, and he goes...
Did he find it?
He said, great interview, Mr. D, and some very kind words from Farrah.
Cool. Yeah, thanks, Alan. Good job. We love you, buddy. Okay, that's our show. Thanks, D-Rock.
Dude, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Nice to meet you, Ryan.
Good to see you. See you Tuesday.
That's... What do we have next? Do we have anything on the show? Crew show next week?
Yeah.
Crew show when Zach gets back, assuming the hydrogen car doesn't leave him stranded on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he ran out of H2. Can't have that. Can't have that shit, I'm telling you. All right. Happy Friday, everybody. Peace.
See ya.